Welcome to a place where time stands still and memories are woven into the very fabric of the land. Welcome to Stuttgart, Arkansas. Nestled in the heart of the Arkansas Delta, in this town, the echoes of duck calls mingle with whispers of the past. For generations, this fertile soil, the land of rice and ducks, has been a sacred place for hunters, where the art of waterfowl hunting transcends mere sport. Out here, in these storied marshes, fields, and flooded timbers, friendships are forged. This is more than just a hunt. It's a legacy passed down through the ages. And there's nothing more legendary to a duck hunter than Mack's Prairie Wings. From the day it opened its doors in 1944, Mack's has stood as a beacon of tradition in the heart of waterfowl country. For thousands of hunters, it's a haven where stories are swapped and dreams take flight. It's here where every duck call whispers of history and every decoy tells its own tale. It's here where Marion McCollum built his legacy. If the thrill of the hunt is found in the field, then the warmth of friendship is found inside the walls of a storied duck club. At Sunset Lodge, if the walls could talk, they would speak of stories that you'd have to be there to believe. It's here at Sunset where Marion McCollum's family, close friends, and business partners have gathered for their first hunt together since Marion's untimely passing just 6 months earlier.
That's his last duck hunt.
That's cool too.
January.
Where's that at?
That's his last turkey hunt.
Where's that duck hunt at?
And he killed turkey here and he killed ducks here. That's at Lumpson's on the big line.
Okay.
That's in Alabama with him. That was his last trip.
This is a photo of the original Mack Sports Shop that became in 1944. It was on downtown Main Street, Stuttgart, Arkansas. And Marion's dad started this, and it was originally a hardware store. And in 1944, when the commercial duck hunting evolved and the duck business started to boom, he seen the need for a sporting goods store, so he cut an archway in his hardware store and opened up this sporting goods store. And this photo right here is a picture of Marion's dad at that store, and he was the forefront of this whole deal. This is a photo though of the second store that was built. It was built out on East Michigan Street, bigger store, newer version. It was built in 1967. That's the store that I started at in '75, and this is a picture. It's a great picture of Marion in his old Ducks back hat. That hat was just a staple to him, and he wore it every time he went duck hunting. And there's another picture right there. That's when they first came out with the neoprene wader.
Each and every morning brings new anticipation. For this group of friends who've been hunting together going back 40+ years in some cases, it's another chance to get to know one another over some hot coffee. Good buddies, dry boats, and great dogs. It's a recipe as old as time here in Stuttgart. For this crew, the next stop is a prime duck hole they've hunted plenty of times before.
Piece of property we're hunting on today, the name of the club is Magnum 12. It's about 8 miles northwest of Stuttgart. A lot of history here. This has been duck hunted for probably, since the 40s. It's about 350 acres of flooded green timber.
Winchester Life is brought to you by Winchester Repeating Arms, Walker's Ear and Eye Protection, Birchwood Casey, Winchester Safes, Folds of Honor, Winchester Pet, White Flyer, America's Best, and by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. This segment of Winchester Life is brought to you by Folds of Honor, providing life-changing scholarships to families of fallen or disabled military and first responders. Winchester Pet. And by White Flyer, America's Best. For a bunch of friends that don't cut each other much slack, the early morning silence is deafening. The echo of calls rings out as they wait for the sun and the whistling wings.
Who shot the firewood duck?
Me and Ben.
Huh?
We both shot
Who
at it.
killed the firewood duck?
I'll take credit for it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
A lot of birds in the air. We need a few more of them to try to land here. But I never shot anything with a band, and so, that's pretty sweet.
Today's been fine. It's been good. We had a pretty morning. Got some ducks flying.
Got a band.
Did a little bit of hind. Killed a wood duck with a band on it. And just killed a couple mallards.
And just like that, after a few successful volleys, the stories start. But the whispers from stories past will certainly never fade.
Born and raised right here. I started guiding when I was 13.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Were you out here?
Yeah.
At this
Well,
camp?
just the club next to it, which is about 2 miles over here. She's been a good one. My family gave it to me. My wife and kids gave her to me Christmas 3 years ago.
Really? Well, she's a good dog for a 3-year-old.
For this group of lifelong friends, thousands upon thousands of ducks have splashed out. But perhaps every bit as important, if not more, is the laughter that's danced on the water and the friendships that have been forged time and time again. Together, they share a timeless connection to each other, all born in the hallowed duck blinds of Stuttgart.
My first hunt was 55 years ago. Oh, we got a possum over here.
It's a beautiful morning. We've seen a ton of ducks. They're not necessarily wanting to cooperate, but we're having a good time.
You'll have that.
Beautiful morning, though. Beautiful day. Out here with friends.
A duck club is not some place that you just necessarily go to kill ducks. A duck club is a place for family, friends, to gather, to bond, and just share those special times.
So we get in this boat and we're on the White River, And when the rivers get up, they all kind of flow into each other.
In fact, it got so bad the next year too, Arkansas banned it, right?
When I was a kid, my granddad, my dad's dad, would take me deer hunting.
Before too long, the morning hunt has come to a close. It was the first time they've all been together in the field without Marion. And the consensus was simple. It certainly wasn't the same, and it likely never will be. For each hunter in the group, Marion had his own legacy, his own persona, and for most, it was larger than life. This segment of Winchester Life is brought to you by Walkers, Birchwood Casey, and by Winchester Safes. Each and every day of waterfowl season, the inside of Mack's Prairie Wings is abuzz. The aisles are chock full of young and old, the eager and the expert. It's an atmosphere that can't be replicated, but can only be created by someone truly special. It's been 47 years since he started working at Mack's, and with Marion's passing, Chuck is now at the helm.
I was born and raised here in Stuttgart, and my passion was hunting and fishing. So I went to Marion at Mack Sports Shop at that time, and I asked him for a job if I could work after school and on weekends, and he said, "Sure, I've got a place for you." So I started full-time at the store. I was just really passionate about the business. I loved to hunt and fish, and I'd never forget, Marion would take me, he took me under his wing. We knew we had to have a good ammo partner. Winchester was our ammo partner.
The Winchester Ammunition Mack's Prairie Wings relationship was built over decades, thanks in large part to Marion's trust in our products, our legendary brand, and our people, including John Olin. Likewise, Winchester has always remained supportive of Mack's Prairie Wings and Marion's commitment to conservation and introducing thousands of youth to the outdoors. Mack's Prairie Wings is one of the most sought-after destinations in America. If you're a waterfowl hunter, it's loaded with great hunting and shooting sports products, and people from all over the world have come to Mack's for the experience. And of course, to also hunt some of the most legendary duck hunting grounds in the world, flooded timber, rice fields. It's an amazing experience.
In 2000, we built the store we're in now, and that became the benchmark for waterfowl. Stuttgart is the destination. There's only one Stuttgart, Arkansas, and it is the waterfowl destination to be. And business just really grew.
Chuck isn't the only person Marion had a special relationship with. As someone once put it, he was a friend to everyone that walked into his beloved store. Marion's impact is felt by everyone that's ever worked there.
I started out as a gunsmith, and then I was a gun department manager, and now I do web design and take care of the website and everything that goes on it. It doesn't seem to matter. Marion was always straightforward, and he always had your back, and he was one of the most honest people I've ever been around, and he taught me so much, it's hard to explain. Anytime I had a problem with anything or life, I'd go in and sit down with Marion and we'd have a talk about it. He was always, whenever he'd come in, "How you doing? How's it going?" And he was such a mentor to me and helped me through life and life lessons that are hard to explain.
Marion was probably the most generous guy I've ever met. It didn't matter if it was, donating to a certain thing, whether it's DU, whether it's Delta Waterfowl, whether it's Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. He was always there for conservation. He was always there for his friends. He was always there for me. He was on our Game and Fish Commission, devoted so much time to the state of Arkansas and just making things better for everybody.
This segment of Winchester Life is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend, and by Winchester Repeating Arms. With the morning mist faded away, the hunters turned to the open fields. From the flooded timber in the mornings to the wide expanses in the afternoon. Such is a typical day in the life of a waterfowl hunter under the southern sun.
I hunted with Marion a couple times in Goose Lake years and years ago, but when we got to where we were closer, he'd always hang out at the clubhouse. That was his favorite thing. He'd make sure all the meals were ready and everybody was having fun. He was more about everybody hanging out than worried about going hunting with us, and I think he'd probably hunted and killed thousands of ducks and was more worried about us having fun and hanging out than to actually go hunting with us.
Just a man's man, and he was about the youth. If there was a kid involved or a first-time turkey hunter, fisherman, duck hunter, a deer hunter, I've spent many days in a deer blind with him. He wouldn't shoot. He'd always say, "No, you shoot." He'd be sitting there eating his peanuts and drinking a bottle of water. That was his deal, enjoying nature.
Great. Nice shot, Puck. How many are we done? You got 4 more? 4? All right, hurry up.
He brought people together. He connected people. I've made so many good friends over the years due to him. I owe all of my success to Marion because of the people that he brought and he surrounded us with.
We took this little four-wheeler, drove around. It was fogged in. The ceiling was probably you couldn't really see how high it was, but it couldn't have been over 100 feet. And I'm like, at least we're just here. He starts blowing. A hen ducks out of the freaking clouds with 2 drakes. I didn't even have my gun. He shot all 3. He turned around and looked at me. He said, "Did you see that?" I said, "Yeah, I saw it." To that day, I've never seen anyone kill 3 ducks that I knew they killed 3 ducks. You know how many we killed for the rest of the day? 0. It was perfect.
As the hunt comes to a close, it's bittersweet. The memories of Marion binds these dear friends. From this hunt forward, each shot that rings out will be a poignant reminder of his enduring presence. Together, these hunters can find solace in shared laughter and silent tributes, forging new memories intertwined with those of the past, together as duck hunters do.
Every morning I wake up, I think about that guy. It just ain't the same without him there. You know, he's just the best friend I ever had.
Over the years, Marion was a very special person. Marion done a lot of things that people were unaware of what he did, especially in his later years when he was successful in this store. You know, he did a lot of good work.
If I had to say one more thing to him, the best friend I ever had.
A best friend, a father, a husband, a hunter. Marion McCollum was a lot of things to a lot of people. In life, there are those rare souls who leave an indelible mark on our hearts. Marion was one such man. His kindness, warmth, wit, and wisdom touched everyone he encountered. And though he may be gone, his spirit lives on in the lives he touched. To all that knew him, he was bigger than life, and his remarkable legacy will forever be intertwined with the storied history of the greatest duck hunting city in the world.